Hello, this video is about Google Slides. More importantly, it's about Google Slides and how you would export or download Google Slide presentation to be used locally on your own computer. That would most likely be done in PowerPoint. However, there are a couple of changes or specifics that you need to know. Most of the time, a template or a file will download perfectly, but because we're using Google Slides, Google has already integrated into the slide system the fonts that it would use. And Google has its own font catalog that you can download fonts from. So here's a template that I have called Kent. I downloaded this from slidescarnival.com. We have another video about Slides Carnival, so you can look that up. But here is a free template that I downloaded from them. I could go ahead right now and say File and download it as a PowerPoint. But if I did that, I know that this font being used here and in other places inside of this file would not work, because if I highlight this font, you can see I'm using one called Roboto Slab. Roboto Slab is not a font that comes with your computer. So if you downloaded this and opened it up in PowerPoint, PowerPoint wouldn't know anything about that font. Therefore, you need to download and install this font before you try to download this presentation and show it. Otherwise, your font wouldn't show up properly and it would not translate very well. Now, to do that, it's very simple. I'm going to open a new tab and I'm going to go to fonts.google.com. Google has, again, a whole catalog of fonts that you can download and use for free. If you're looking for a specific font like we are, up in this upper hand corner I can search for Roboto, and I can see there's Roboto, Roboto Condensed. Look, here's Roboto Slab. This is the font that we want. I'm going to go ahead and click on this plus sign, and it will add it to a selected family list. You can select multiple fonts in Google Fonts and then download them all at the same time. Or, in this case, I have one family selected. I can go ahead and just download that one. So I'm going to use this little download arrow here and download Roboto Slab. It downloads in just a few seconds, and in my downloads folder, we see at the top Roboto Slab zip. The reason this is compressed is because there are multiple faces within this font. I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. Now I have a folder, and I can look in here and I can see there are several TTF, True Type Font files. There's a bold, light, regular, and thin. Just to make life easier, I'm going to install all of these. So I'm going to select them all and double click them. True Type fonts will open up immediately in Apple's font book, which controls the fonts on your computer. Once I see the preview for Roboto Slab, I can choose Install Font. All of the faces that I just selected will be installed. So here under my user folder, I will see Roboto Slab. These are the fonts that just my user has installed, and I can preview them here. Your computer has lots of fonts that were installed that it came with the computer. Roboto Slab again is just not one of them. So I can go back and just see what I myself have installed. In this case, Roboto Slab. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. So now I've installed that font. It's on my computer, and I'm ready to download my Google slide. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Download as Microsoft PowerPoint. And again, this will download fairly quickly. And there it is, Kent PowerPoint file. So I'm going to go into my downloads, and I'm going to start up Kent PowerPoint. And there it is. And you can see the font looks exactly the way it's supposed to if we were to compare it with the one that's online. Might be slightly different. This looks slightly bolder, but again, that's just a visual representation of it. So again, it's really the same font. It looks exactly the same. And if we travel through our document, you can see that, well, this looks a little bit generic. And that's because the font on the second screen is not one that we installed. So I'm going to go ahead back here and select the second screen and see, this is Lato. Lato, again, is not a font that is installed directly on your computer. So we would need to download that one as well. So you can see that certain things are not going to look exactly correct unless we have that font installed. So I can do the same process. I can go to my browser. I can go to fonts.google.com, and I can do another search for Lato. and there's only one face. I'm going to add that to that family list. I'm going to open up that family list, and I'm going to download that font as well. So now I have Lato. If I had known that ahead of time, I could have put both of these into the previous download. But we're doing them one at a time. So here's Lato. I will open that up. Here's the folder. And wow, there's a lot of fonts in here. So I'm going to select all of these. And I'm going to double click this selection. And it will open up Font Book. And then I will install them by choosing the Install button. It tells me it's Lato. And it will install all of those faces. Now, Font Book needs to refresh, but the font is in there. So I'm going to go ahead and quit Font Book. Now, because we installed this font after we have PowerPoint started, PowerPoint is not smart enough to know that we installed a new font. We need to quit PowerPoint and restart PowerPoint. And when we restart PowerPoint, what's going to happen is it's going to check those font lists again on our computer, and it's going to know. So I'm going to go back to my file, Kent PowerPoint. I'm going to open it back up again. Okay, we made no changes to this PowerPoint. We just opened it. Here you can see it's updating the font menu for PowerPoint. Alright, there we are. So this font looks correct because we already had installed that, but it was that second page. And now this font is the correct font. So again, you have to have your fonts installed. You can download those from Fonts at Google. You can download that template as a PowerPoint, and you should be good to go. There will be slight differences between your file, both from slides and from PowerPoint. But if you travel through your document, you can quickly see whether or not you would compare that with your current template that you've been working on and see if there are any major glitches or errors. But you can see here that all these fonts appear to be correct for this template because we've installed those two fonts. Alright, so that's the main gist of this. Again, if you have any questions about this, you could always contact me. But again, it's very simple just to download your download your slides as a PowerPoint. You just have to make sure those fonts are in there. In a later video, we'll discuss the issue behind video. So if you're using videos within your within your Google Slides, and you download that, you'll have to have an option for yourself to be able to put those videos into your PowerPoint. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Talk to you soon.